Hello cherries, welcome back. Today's video is a collab with Janilove. Subscribe to them if you haven't already. We are going to be responding to each other's spicy K-pop unpopular opinions. Her video responding to mine's will be in the description to check out. Quick disclaimer, there will most likely be at least one opinion you don't agree with in this video, and that's okay. Just don't send any form of hate to neither me or Janilove. With that out of the way, let's get into it, shall we? 1. Leah isn't really a good dancer, and in my opinion her skills have decreased rather than increasing. Now hear me out. I am not saying she is a terrible dancer, BC, obviously she is not, but comparing the Dalla Dalla 2019 to the 2020 version, you can see that her moves became less sharp. I also do not get why fans are defending her by saying she could be a lead dancer in another group. While that is not true, Leah lacks body and muscle control, which is actually quite important in dancing. Because of that, her moves look weaker. Leah is not really good, but she isn't dead awful either. Hope that made sense. I disagree and agree, because I won't say she isn't a good dancer in the overall opinion. However, I do agree with the points made. Let me elaborate. After looking at the differences between the dance practices as mentioned, I can totally see where Janilove is coming from. Her moves look weaker. That may also be because of a personal injury like we saw with Jennie, or due to the fact that the Dalla Dalla 2019 version was when they debuted, so they needed to make a strong impression. Excuses aside, I do agree. I think her dancing may be getting worse than better. No hate to Leah though, it's just an analysis. 2. I feel like Sunmi's music is decreasing. Her songs, Gotta Go and Tail, just aren't to my liking. With Sunmi songs it is always you either love or hate it, and lately, it has been a hate. The last song from her that actually bopped was Pora Pippin. The songs released after that plus Gotta Go just aren't it for me. I find this really sad because I used to love Sunmi's music a lot. I hope she has some more and better songs ready for us in the future. I think it's just a matter of personal preference, and personally I love the B-side from her latest albums, so I disagree. I do agree with title tracks Gotta Go and Tail were just a miss for me. However, the rest of her releases were absolute bops for me and my taste of music. Then again, everyone has their own preferences, and I can totally see why you may not be the happiest with the recent release, as it's kind of different from what she usually releases. Sunmi is my favorite soloist, so I do hope the quality of her music starts getting better in the future. 3. Underrated groups are underrated for a reason. Sometimes it is the fans and sometimes it is their music, or maybe even the members themselves. Most of the time when K-pop stans recommend me this underrated group, I nearly always end up being uninterested. Most of the time their music is generic and their members just aren't appealing to me. Fans also take a role in this situation, when they constantly scream about their group being so underrated and that they deserve more. It just turns me off, because then I know I will just stand them out of pity. It could also be the company that promoted them poorly. As you see, there are many reasons as to why our group is underrated and unknown. Someone had to say it. While I do think some groups who debut under extremely poor and unknown companies are an exception, I agree with this. I think most companies who are less known and have underrated groups like it follow the trend, so they have a better chance at getting big. However, when I do check out this quote-unquote underrated group, their music is generic because their company will try to follow the trend, and so it leads to people turning away from the group. Visuals do matter. I don't get why K-pop stans always have to act annoying and say they don't matter. Sorry to break it to you, but you wouldn't be as interested in K-pop if their idols were ugly. Here, I said it. Visuals are so important in K-pop. It attracts fans and brings in the money. Of course talent does matter, but let's be real, visuals really are the cherry on top. We all enjoy K-pop so much because we get to see great talent and beautiful people at the same time. You know what? Name one idol that is ugly. Oh wait, exactly. Visuals are so important in K-pop, and people saying that it is offensive to the other members seems dumb to me. Do you all even know what it means? I thought I was one of the only few people that thought this, so I am glad more people think this. Visuals definitely do matter, or at least to market a group in the Korean public and market. This might sound kind of bad, but K-pop wouldn't even be that popular if the idols weren't attractive. Fans like eye candy, and that's what K-pop is focused on. Companies literally scout people on the streets BC or their looks without caring if they even have an interest in singing dancing. I mean, did you hear the story of how Lucas passed the audition of the biggest company Ink Pop SM by just striking 3 poses? 5. Ice Cream's lyrics are just fine. I am gonna say this shortly. I saw people saying the lyrics from Ice Cream were too sexual, but meanwhile NCT is right there doing the same thing. If I see any of you guys saying the Ice Cream lyrics are too sexual and then catch you all streaming love talk, we are gonna have a good and deep conversation. Double standards at its finest. I think the reason why Ice Cream lyrics got a lot of hate is because a female artist sang it especially because they are Blackpink. When I saw some poppies getting brave and talking about the quote-unquote sexual lyrics, I lost it. I did find a few parts cringy, like the Mona Lisa part, but not to the point where I found any of the lyrics too sexual. Pop stans I find are way more sensitive to anything these days. I don't care if this sounds bad, but you'll let male idols pass with more shit that they have done than female idols. And I think the people pressed over the lyrics couldn't be more proof of that. 6. LOONA will never have a fair line distribution. Normally I would shut people down by saying that the person is a sub-vocalist and doesn't need many lines according to their positions. But since LOONA don't have any, I'm gonna explain why their line distribution is never gonna be fair. 1. They have 12 members and their songs are 3 minutes. Now if you are gonna think in a mathematical way, then you could say each member gets 15 seconds, but let's be real. If it actually was like, the song would sound terrible. The demo version of Adios by Everglow just proves my point even more. I half agree and half disagree. I think the points brought up are very valid and make sense. They have 12 members, so it's obvious just by the amount of members the line distribution won't be equal. This is coming from a VV bias, but LOONA distributions are not going to get better, and the sooner we orbits accept that, the better. The part I disagree is where BBC could give the members at least the lines which anyone in the group can sing. There are many lines like that in LOONA's title track, so I think BBC should at least make some sort of effort to look into that. Bad Boy is one of Red Velvet's best title track. This all comes to preference, but since I needed to share my unpopular opinions, here it is. Y'all are trashing on Bad Boy like it is your daily routine. Listen up. Bad Boy is superior to any other Red Velvet title track. Here I said it, agreed. I think it's one of Red Velvet's best title tracks. I won't say it's the best, as I believe in Russian roulette supremacy, but Bad Boy is definitely up there with one of the best title tracks and possibly even one of the best in K-pop. It's a timeless bop. I'll end it off on a good note there. It's unfortunately the end of the video. If you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it, like and subscribe. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.